We're gonna go live
And we're live.
now. I am late as usual. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. I'm 1 minute late. Sorry about that.
We were
Let's
having
see
too much
who's
fun
in here.
talking.
Yeah, got to try to build a topic up for today, and guess what? I forgot to let you guys in on it. Okay, I got Keith Crunk. Gil right down here. He's here. I got wrong way. Uncle Al. He's here. Prep Ford's here. How you doing? Good to see you. Kalen, Michael 58. Good to see you.
Yeah, that's Prep 4 with the number 4. That's Tasha. Oily.
I'll show you up. Yeah, that. If I would turn my phone down.
Yeah.
Have to do that every week. And I think that's all it's here. We're just going to talk a little bit while we wait on some folks getting in here. And we were talking about stuff that people don't have on their lists that should, just simple things, That's what got us kind of off the beaten track while I became late for the show. So I was telling Gil and Al, I was looking online at some lists and stuff, and one of the things was like those real cheap metal potato peelers. I never would have thought about having something like that, but it's just so simple you don't think about it. How many of you guys out there have a potato peeler in your list?
Okay, I'll be right back.
You got one, Al?
Yeah, I got. Because I cook.
You got 5?
Yes. I'll be right back.
Well, I never, I cook,
but
I never would have thought about it. When I go camping, I usually just use a pocket knife.
All right.
Hey, Michael 58, I saw you down there saying hi.
All right.
I'm learning to run by the chat on the computer and my phone because I gave up my tablet. It was just too much stuff up here on my table. I'm going to try to work on bringing in a second monitor.
Yeah.
That is my new task.
Yeah. I just realized something earlier today. I took my big water jug in there to fill it up, and I forgot to bring it back. Reach over to reach for some water. It's like, it's not here. Where's my water? It's not here.
Do I have to have a HDMI cord for both those monitors in, Gil?
Well,
or hook one into another?
What you can do is, well, here's what I have. My big monitor here has both a VGA and an HDMI on it. My small one has both an VGA and HDMI on it. I put the big one on VGA and the smaller one on HDMI. Then I have a second computer over here with a monitor that's VGA. So I took the VGA on the big one, the HDMI on the big one here, ran it over to the second computer. So on my big monitor here, I can switch whichever one I want to go to. I switch it from VGA input to HDMI input, so I can go from one computer to the other on my big monitor.
That's me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and so basically, on my computer, because I'm set up on both of them here. The back of the computer had one VGA input and one HDMI or output, rather, I should say, for the monitors. If I wanted to do more monitors than that, I would have to get a VGA or HDMI splitter specifically for that, with the drivers to be able to split it out to multiple monitors to have them act separately. Now my laptop,
you have like set up for one show for 2 computers, and nobody would even know, right?
Well, what I can do is I can turn the other one on. I do turn the other one when I do my live stream, and I will have the YouTube version on my other computer, just on the small screen. On the big screen here, I have StreamYard, which everybody, everybody's seen here. And then on my other one, I have my PowerPoint presentations and that stuff over here on my other one here. That way I can share this screen and do stuff, but I can also type on this computer over here and type into the chat where I can do the quick, hi at KY, and it'll pop up Kaylin's Strain. Whereas on StreamYard, you got to type out the entire name to get it to come up.
Kaylin says you get bigger.
Me.
Bigger monitor. It's on the wall. Great.
Actually, let me do this here. Bring this around here. I can get to work over here.
Hi, Vanessa.
Sorry about that, folks, but let me bring this back here. So that's what I have right now. This is the side one. And I got the YouTube playing on that one there. I got StreamYard, this one here. This one I'm not using right now. But yeah, I have 2 6-foot folding tables for my desk. And then I got my router there.
Yeah.
So that's what I have for my setup. And then I got, of course,
you're going to have
I got my supplies in
their house, I hope.
Yeah, I'm in the new house. So this is all the supplies I got. Some of the food supplies storage I got in here. All right, let me put this thing up and around.
So you can munch while you're online, right?
Right.
No, that's just rotational stuff. Let me get this set back here to the right spot.
Vanessa Kennedy asked the question, what list?
Hey,
My
Gray
list?
1107, what's up?
Hey, Gray. What list? My equipment list, the do list. It's all lists.
Yeah.
We're covering.
All right.
You got 2 monitors too, don't you, Uncle Al?
No, just one and the phone. That's it. I like to keep everything simple and handy and don't have to run around all over the place or wiring or trip over this because my house is already wired enough. I just keep right here simple so I can just follow everything.
I have my tablet. I use my tablet for watching the chat, but I did away with the tablet. Now I'm trying to get into another thing. Want a second monitor, but I don't know. I might not be smart enough for it.
Yeah, so my laptop there that I'm not using right now, technically it has the drivers to support 4 monitors. Because a friend of mine gave me that one, and he had 5 others he got from work when they were replacing all the computers, and he had to just swap out the hard drives. And it has all the software on it to support 4 monitors, so I can put 2 monitors up above, 2 monitors down below. But it can't handle the graphics of live streaming. I can do PowerPoints and spreadsheets and Word documents galore on 4 monitors, but I can't do YouTube on 4 monitors with that laptop.
Right, it's not strong enough yet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the other thing to do is that someone was telling me I need Dave. So Preppy was saying I can get a external hard drive, but it's a external video card that I could plug into it.
Right.
And it's like, I'll just get a cheaper gaming desktop one, and it works great.
Yeah.
Did I chase Will off?
No.
I'm still here.
He's still
Okay,
there.
I didn't want you to see me chewing.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to go into gray man mode.
Okay. And I go, sorry, folks. I have to be the wild man out of the bunch. I'll just stick with all the checklists you need for life.
Oh, man, that's a big book then.
Yeah, 104
I was waiting
checklists.
for a couple more people to get here, but we could start, I suppose. We got 9.
We got 9 people. Also, I have my spreadsheet.
I'd like to start for a list for the food preparation. What people have stocked up for their food preparation on their list. When you go for your list, you can just go down and just check it off when you're back there or wherever you got it stored at.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it right now.
For spreadsheets
on there. I got it on the other computer.
Gil?
I did. Tell you, I'm gonna run by mine, and then we can go by each one and see whose is different. That way, if you don't have it on yours, or you think it's a good idea to have on yours, you can write it down on a piece of paper by your computer there and update your list as it becomes necessary or as you think it is necessary. P2E, how are you doing this morning?
Hi, P2E.
Afternoon, I guess.
Yeah, it's afternoon. Trouble with
I've got on mine for food preservation and a pressure cooker canner
okay.
because they're going to come in handy.
All right,
The canning jars and the lids and all the rings that go with it.
Right. You have to
5
separate.
gallon buckets, and you can get those kind of inexpensively at delis, or even you can pick them up at bakeries and delis and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or you can pick up gamma lids for the buckets. Those are kind of spendy. I think they're like $5 or something like that each. It depends on where you live. It could be a little more.
Okay.
Everybody needs to have a dehydrator, so I put a dehydrator on the list, along with coverings for the windows. Not a blanket or whatever, but you can go and you get that film in rolls. That way you could just use the film to come down, and it would be like a two-way mirror or whatever, and it could reflect the sun back out of your way.
Right.
But you'd still be able to see out and know what's going on. The large Ziploc bags for putting your food in and being able to suck the air out of it. I have that too, along with cooler ice sheets. Those are kind of real handy. And I'm kind of old fashioned, I guess, but that's just how I feel about some of this stuff. You don't really need top end stuff.
All right.
Everybody has a grill or a propane barbecue usually, so I have that on there because you can prepare food onto it. And then the propane tanks, of course, and charcoal, or you can have firewood. These are all in like A, B, C brackets out of the grill. And that would be the firewood, the charcoal, and the propane. And then also you got to have a regular camp stove, and that's where the little propane tanks on the front. Everybody knows about those. And a rocket stove, cast iron skillet, a Dutch oven. I call those, they have to be there. Everybody should have a Dutch oven. And then utensils, and they don't have to be fancy. I picked up most of mine at dollar stores, or at, what they call those,
thrift stores.
Where you go to Salvation Army, at secondhand store, whatever you want to call it, Then I also have a big old stack of paper plates in there, and then stainless steel bowls, so that you can keep your hot food in there while you're cooking the other stuff. I have a couple of meat thermometers. I'm not sure if I want to keep those in there. I've been considering taking those out.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab my water bottle. I'll be right back.
A manual can opener, because you're not going to have electricity probably to have an electrical one. And a tripod for the pots and pans. I can't remember, what are those called, Uncle?
Which one?
When you put the ones over the flame, campfire.
It's called the camp tripod.
It's got another fancy name for it, but I can't remember. And then everybody should have a little like Army mess kit put together. And you can even buy them. They're pretty dirt cheap these days,
Right.
and just have one of those too. So that's what I have under food preparedness. You guys want to take any of mine and put in yours, that's fine. Vice
Okay.
versa.
Right.
You
You have to.
guys in the side chat have anything extra, just blurt it out. Make sure you're putting it in capital letters for us. Hey, old man, how you doing this morning,
Hi, old
afternoon?
man.
Hey, old man. Caitlin says, keep the meat thermometers in your stuff, Will. You'll never can tell when you'll need them. You know, those are something very important you should have, you know, that can keep from getting food poisoning. Now,
Yeah. Every time I go to take them out, I just leave them there. So
now there is one thing when I went to grab my water bottle that I spotted on the counter, and I figured, well, not everybody, most people have to wear glasses, whether they're just reading glasses, you know, cheaters or whatever else. Lens wipes, something to keep them clean.
yeah.
And you know, you get 100 of these at Walmart, relatively cheap. Something else good to have in the preps.
You write it
Okay.
down.
Hi, David, and hi, Prep Steady.
Hey, David. Prep Steady. Martin Refugee. Hey. All right. I'm going to share something here if Will wants to put it up here. I'll start on that, show you guys something. This is what Alan Claw was talking about earlier. That's what I was moving with my external hard drive, moving it around. All right, so this is page 1 of my thing. And then I have, you know, talking to you, immediate use, short-term, long-term, just a little note there. Meals. What are you going to need for meals? What I have in canned food storage. Dry, short-term. Dry, long-term. And just starting to put in what I have in my 7-foot cubic freezer. And I add in there needs and wants, things I need to get quicker. I need to get a couple more chest freezers. Actually, I don't now. I only got to get one more, not 3, because Brendan left me a big froze there for a second.
Yeah.
A big refrigerator freezer that I can crank way down so it freezes in the refrigerator.
Cool.
And then I got here jobs to get done, stuff, list of things to do. And it's all on one spreadsheet. And then skills I need to work on getting. And let me get this over here so I can adjust it. That's not going to let me do it that way. Timeline, a task sheet for doing for timelines to get stuff done. And then
keep talking, guys. I'll be right back. Another alarm set off.
Yeah. The lens cloth, of course, this lens cloth is green, so it hides me. This one here is yellow. But yeah, I get those too. But still, these tend to get dirty too. But if I actually get a greasy smudge on it from whatever, I use those cleaners for it. And then, a list for 30-day survival meals and stuff. So, yeah. Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah, I know you're a
creating lists.
I know that you're that kind of guy that likes to graph everything out. I used to be like that, but that just bothers me too much.
Well, I do it so I don't forget crap, and I constantly have a notebook with me wherever I go, and I write stuff down, and I'm always adding stuff to the list of things to get.
Yeah, I used to be like that too. I don't blame you. I don't do it anymore. I just make a list, and that way I can look at the list and add to, take off, and that's just plenty enough for me. But everybody has their own way. That's why I want everybody to get in there and rub their elbows together and figure out what they need and what they have forgotten, and you never know what you're going to come up with.
Yeah, and let me find this other thing here real quick. I'm going to
Let me see.
move that.
I can see. I forgot about this. share this up. Food preparation.
And this is Lewis.
There we go. Is it up there?
See
These
here.
are
Yeah.
things for food preparation. Thought that anybody, these here, I think these are, come on, get up there.
Oh, you just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
Well, I have a set of lists that I don't have on my computer. It's online. I have an
These are-
online list as well. Yeah.
That's not the right thing.
Yeah. On my Amazon, on my Amazon account, I have Prime. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, 35 lists.
There's the thing I was thinking about.
Yeah. I got 35 wish lists on Amazon of stuff I want to get. Actually, one of those lists is Dave's. So Dave shared his list, his main collaborator list with me. So his channel list with me. So
Yeah, see this here shredder right here.
oh
That
yeah,
shredder
those.
they have 4 sides to them, so no matter what you're gonna need, it's gonna be there, and it's something you just hang off of stuff. It's got that little handle on there.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Sorry
used those from the time I was a little kid, and we still have them.
Right. Sorry about this, folks, but I have 2 battery banks, and I got to check the alarms when they go off. It's like in the submarine. You don't want.
Yeah,
you don't want something to go. Red alert, warning, the house is on fire. So every time I hear a beeping sound, I have to run out and check the batteries because I don't want another house
You've had a
catch on
couple
fire.
I was gonna say you've had a couple of house fires, so
Yeah, I don't want anything happen. I'm paranoid. I have fire extinguishers. I got buckets of sand. I got alarms all over the house. I am not taking any chances. Now, like I said, folks, on the checklist and what we have on screen right now, you got to remember each checklist or list that you cover for tools and equipment, some are for where your homestead or bug out location is, because you can't carry all this stuff on your back. It's a separate list.
Yeah.
And I have to tell people, another book, to read this one because I had to do it. It's an old Marine book telling people what to carry, because in the old days during World War II, Korea, Vietnam, everybody carried everything, including the kitchen sink. And in Vietnam was the worst because somebody was walking around with a 195-pound pack.
And then you step in the mud.
they had strong backs back then.
No, they were really short people, and they could reach the ground with all fours. We are not mules like in the Romans. We are not Marcus's mules. So I tell people, think when you make a list, if it's for the house or it's for bugging out, or if it's for long distance scouting trips, whatever, adapt your checklist to meet the situation. That's the big PowerPoint for today.
It actually takes 2 lists because you got the stuff that are in your bug out location, and then you have another list of stuff that you're going to take with you.
Right.
And I actually have that towards the end of the thing where you have stuff that goes into your bug out bag.
Right. Now, I think Gil and I, was it last week or a month ago, Gil, on the spreadsheet list?
Yeah, about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks ago. We covered some on stuff, but one of the things here, I talk about lists, and I mentioned, that Al, if you could share, Will, if you could share this up.
I'm getting ready to.
on on Amazon, I have, 30 some odd lists here. I got one for the tractor, one for my one son, one for the asset center, one for baking. Oh, stuff I want for baking. I wanted the big mixer, the bread mixer, the knife, the big, huge mat.
That's your want list?
That's my want list. Then I have stuff for general stuff here for here, like I need to get some doorbells. I need to get LED lights and stuff. But I got books. I got canning, stuff I want for canning. All the canning supplies that I need. I want more stuff I want to get for canning.
Hey, Wes, welcome.
And then, then of course there is cooking. And I got also, stuff I want to add to the cooking, to do cooking with. That one was no longer available. Dang it. Then I got indoor cooking, outdoor cooking, gardening. Where's gardening? Gardening. I got a gardening list. Stuff I want for gardening and stuff. The grow mats, the trays, the timers, the LED lights, all the stuff for growing stuff in, and the special cold weather tomatoes I got to get. I got lists for, and I break the lists out on Amazon of what I want my wish list. And I probably say at least once a week I'll go through the list and see if any prices drop significantly on something enough to get it. Because I ain't gonna pay full price for it. I'm gonna wait till it's on one of those flash sales, then I will get something. But yeah, I got stuff for hunting, even. What else here? Farming.
Yeah.
Farming is different than gardening. Gardening is, the garden where you do it with your hands. Farming, I got the big sprayers, I got the big stuff, the big equipment. So, solar powered batteries and all stuff like that. Scouts, shop stuff. I've just created a new one. Stuff I'm getting out in the shop, the big heavy duty LED bulbs and stuff. So that's you can making a wish list, and then you as you get stuff, you move it into this is my hey Bob Tibor. You move it into your
that's my new friend Bob. You guys, everybody make him feel at home.
Yeah.
Uncle Al sent him over here.
Yep.
And so doing lists, helps, the gray matter not get too clogged up where you start having information dripping out.
Like that, froze.
And I froze again. That's my thing. It doesn't like transmitting stuff. So
no, but like I said, you have spreadsheets, you have a computer or laptop, but you should have a notebook that you can write down quick notes on items that you remember or you need to pick up.
That's that word I was thinking of, spreadsheet. Yeah. Spreadsheets used to be the way I had to do my work, so I don't really care about them anymore. I just make a list. The thing I like about lists is that you can make new ones and not have to remember what cell went where.
Right. But for us, like me and Gil, it's a lot easier. We have spreadsheets because we have, if we do it on notebooks.
You have it all, but I have a notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a notebook here in front of me. It's got a lot of stuff on it too. Like we're going to go into water next. I'm going to tell you what I have in my list for water. I may have missed something. You guys can let me know if I did. And vice versa, you guys may have missed something back and forth. Just remember, side chat, if you're going to add something in the list, make sure it's in capital letters so we can see it. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what I have is I have water filtration system for those tubes, of course.
Right.
I have spare filters.
Okay.
Nylon scrubbing pads.
Okay.
You got to be able to clean the ceramic filters. Kettles for boiling the water. Okay. Coffee filters. Water purification tablets. Let's see. non-scented chlorine bleach,
Okay.
pool shock,
All right.
5 or 7 gallon containers, and quart-liter bottles so you can disinfect everything.
All right.
And I'm sure I missed something there, because I always move stuff around.
Funnels.
But
Funnels.
Funnel.
Yeah, can
funnels,
you transferring water from one thing to another? You may have a small. You can have like a small water bottle. You pull from a big pan into it. You want to need a funnel so you don't waste your water you just filtered.
Okay. Top thing that everybody missed on that one. Let's see. Pull that one. Got another book on lists.
Oh.
Will, what's your biggest water container is?
Oh wow! I just realized
my
something.
biggest one.
This
Yeah.
is
My
this
biggest
is yellow,
one's,
but it's
55
green screen
gallons.
sticking out.
How big?
55-gallon drum.
Okay. How many?
I have 4 of them.
4 of them. Okay. Is that for you only or for the whole family?
It's for the whole family.
Okay.
You gotta rotate them out,
Right. But you also got to figure how many. This is what people miss on the large storage because everybody got indoctrinated for the little 1 quart or liter bottles constantly, but they don't think the big picture with the big water storage tanks or drums because you got to figure out each person because the average person per day use 5 gallons of water.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
So
or
you
you
have
should
4
say the average person wastes 5 gallons of water. You only
Right.
need
They probably waste more than that.
Right.
If you're for actual survival, you only need half a gallon for your non-activity survival. If you're active, going around doing stuff and everything else and working hard, a gallon is what you should plan on. Now, most people won't drink that full gallon. And Bob said on his little note here, he said he uses his phone to make short videos to himself and photos for his list. But
that might work.
yeah, you just and the phones also have a notebook keypad so you can type in it as well.
Right.
But yeah, there's as far as water usage, and most people don't know how to store their water properly either. And that's why, on here, let's see if I get to show there, a bleach quality, cloudy water or clear water.
Oh, yeah, you can get those tables right online, too.
Yeah. All the ones I've seen online only talk about clear water. They don't talk about salvaging, getting dirty water from the creek or from, the gutter or whatever, or off the roof during a rainstorm or whatever. It's not actually nice, clear water. And you're going to have to add you have to double the amount of bleach. And
where do you get that list at?
That's from and unfortunately, this is a yellow colored book, but for some reason it whites. It thinks it's thanks. So hang on, let me do it this way here. Hang on, let me
clear. It's clear.
There we go. So see, it's yellow, but with the lighting in here, it kind of takes on a greenish tint. But this is the CERT Fog Field Operating Guide. You can get them on Amazon. And this is for emergency response stuff. Oh, let's go here. I'll move myself there.
Okay. We have 2 questions on the side chat. One's from Kaylin, and the other one's from Old Man.
All right. Yeah. Where's the question?
I was writing down. What's it say?
It says pressure cooker for distilling water. And the next one is get the unscented bleach tablets or unscented bleach crystals. They do not lose potency like liquid bleach.
Yeah. And you can you can actually get the powder for the I'm going to mess up the name of it. Or put it this way, look on your bottle of Clorox bleach for what the active ingredient is. You can actually buy that in a powder and make your own bleach. And the powder stuff is, it comes in a box,
Right.
with a plastic bag and stuff, and you pull out like a tablespoon and you mix it to a gallon of water, and there's you got a gallon of bleach.
It's sodium
That pool shock works pretty good.
Yes, that's it, Kyle. Sodium hydroxide. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Okay,
folks.
Kaylin put it in there. Kaylin put it in there down below.
Yeah.
I think I had that on my list, but
right.
That pool shock works really good too.
Yeah.
However, on pool shock, you got to be careful because some brands, and even of the same brands, they have different types, and you don't want the ones that you look at the ingredients. If they have a bunch of these other funky chemicals in there, you don't want that. They have other chemicals which are more than just bleach and stuff. They have other ones, and you can't drink some of those. You put that in water,
like cyanide.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
What are you talking about, Wes? Are you talking about pool shock?
Yeah, he's talking about stuff, that powder I was talking about. Yeah, you got to wear gloves to handle it, and you got and a respirator. It is very dangerous, but it lasts.
It'll burn your hand.
Yeah, it lasts for ever just about. But because we used to use that to put when we put in new water lines, we'd have to guys got to get on their long gloves and get the cup, go in there and toss them in the pipe, and then they'd lay 20 more joints and toss the cup in the pipe, and then we pressurize it to
flush it out.
Not to flush it, we'll do a water pressure test on it, and at the same time sanitize the pipe, and then we'd flush it out, clean it, and then put it in service.
Chlorine powder, yeah. Now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a caustic powder. I tell a lot of people you can do it like Gil's friend did at work, toss it in a pipe, or you make a solution out of it. That way you don't have that much damage and you don't have the powder floating in the air so you can breathe and get third-degree burns into your lungs.
Yeah, which if you're going to be doing that, if you get that powder stuff, you keep your old Clorox bottles and you just mix up a gallon at a time of bleach. And then after that bleach has been mixed for several days, then use that to sanitize your water and stuff.
Right. And also, Caleb,
you could filter it. That would be the best way to do it and not have to use all those chemicals.
Right, but
put it through a filtration system.
Right, but filters do not get out 99.0 point something of bacteria and viruses. So you might have one or two viruses or a cryptosporidium get through, and like you're in bed for a week and you're vomiting. Like, I don't think the filter work did its job. So you always add a little bleach after the filter water.
One of the other things too to consider on that is that with the filters, and nobody really talks about this, filters aren't indefinite. They get clogged. They fill up with what they're filtering out, and you got to have a replacement filter for it. That's all what I like about those ceramic ones. If you have to, if they get the one that comes with the sock that goes over it, you take that sock off, throw it in the washing machine, take it back out, get all the large stuff out of it, and the filter inside, you like Will was saying with the green scrubby, you clean off the calcium buildup on the outside of it so it works again.
On the ceramic,
if anybody's using a Berkeley type system, after you change the filters, clean it. Berkey systems, make sure you wipe out the either plastic or stainless steel tank that's holding the water with vinegar and a mild bleach solution, because you don't want to have dry, crusty remains of something you don't want to drink.
Yeah.
You have to scrub those Berkeys every time. If you don't scrub them, you have to replace them. And they're kind of spendy.
Can you change Kaylin's one to the ones you just put in caps down below? Speaking of filtration, you'll probably want to just go ahead and click on the speaking of filtration. That is a very good point.
Remember, all pool shocks are not the same. Please check everything out. Use coffee filters and cheesecloth to strain large debris.
Back flush. Is that what you're talking about? The back flush?
No, the one above the well, that's she just put that one in, but the one that was two above that. If you're back flushing off the filters, make sure you're using clean water to back flush them, because otherwise
Not dirty.
you're not dirty, because then you're clogging up the other side, and we're gonna start using all the material. Yeah, double black flushing them. Yeah. Now she keeps cheesecloth. When we had cows, the first strain we did on the cows was old T-shirts. We take an old T-shirt and double it up, put it over the jar, and pour the and put the funnel in there on top of that, and then pour the milk in to get anything that is in the air coming off the cow hair or whatever out of the milk.
You don't want to drink chunky cow milk.
You don't want to drink furry cow milk. but the we used the T-shirt material to the first screening, and then we had a finer material that we put over for the second screening or final screening of the milk before we put the lid on it and stuck it in the fridge.
Right. Now, Tibor says tap city water. They can't filter out prescription meds. That's chemical contamination, because prescription meds, any sort of that amount, is considered chemical contamination. Like I tell people, do not drink pool water, because you don't know what's in it other than the biological, chemical. And people miss the biological, and they're always looking at me like, biological? Yes, dead skin, feces,
pee.
Yeah. I was thinking of trying to say a scientific word, but
Your analysis of the pool water is
your horse is very sick. No.
All right. I'll see you, Prep Steady. Thanks for coming by.
Later, right. Prep Steady.
Tapping onto what Tibor was saying about the city tap water. In California, a lot of the sanitary districts are recycling the sewer water, not for drinking though, because they can't, because of all the chemicals, the meds that people are flushing down the toilet. But what they do is they filter out all the solids, and they highly chlorinate it and stuff, and they give it away for people to use in gardens, lawns, shrubbery, and stuff like that. Problem is, we found out they can't remove all the dissolved salts out of it either. And and when we tried using it on some of our plants, the salt content was high enough that the plants go, "Oh, no, we're dead."
Right. It's like peeing on your plants.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, be careful. If you're at home and using homemade gray water, do not use it, because there's three kinds. There's gray water, there's black water. We know what that is. And we have the rest of the it's bath water.
I got in trouble for that the other day.
Yeah.
With alcohol.
Yeah, sorry about that, Will, but we got to be careful. We don't want to have a plague of leprosy spreading throughout the area. That's why they ban spittoons and rebathing in gray water.
Hey, Wes, pool water is mostly more dirtier than toilet bowl, because everybody pees in it.
Right, now, or something else comes out from the butt.
Yeah. They do make the water sanitizers, filter systems with UV lights, but you're going to pay through the nose for them.
Right. And also remember, folks, UV lights do not take out salts, chemical agents. What was the third, Gil?
Salts, chemicals, which includes salts, chemicals, and certain small bacteria, fungi they're really smaller than 1 micron. Most of your filters won't, take those out.
Right. Also, it's for UV lights.
Yeah. Hey, the UV lights kill 99.9999999% of the bacteria and stuff.
Right. That take care of the live stuff. I mean, like solids, chemical agents, salts.
Yeah. Yeah, that you almost have to use a reverse osmosis system to remove that. But the problem with to get the reverse osmosis will take out the salts and will take out most chemicals. Problem is, it also takes out all the minerals.
Right.
And mineral-free water is unstable. Pure H2O is not a stable molecule. It wants to bond with something else. And if you're drinking distilled reverse osmosis water, that water is pulling the calcium and the minerals from your bones to balance itself out.
That's what the Russians found out. That's why they have a mineral
stone in the bottom of those some of the filters.
No, they have a closed system for the astronauts in the International Space Station.
And they have to put mineral stones in there. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a mineral filter to put back needed minerals and salts. So it's not pure water. They learned that the first time when the astronauts had brittle bones coming out of the space station after a year. Mm. Okay, we went off subject again. Will, what's next on the list?
We're going to go to security and your defense system. And I'm going to read off what I have, and then we can dive off into the cesspool from there.
Okay, go for it.
All right, Ben, you want to make sure you have a handgun with at least, it's my take on it, and everybody pretty much the same, 1,000 rounds of ammunition. You want to make sure you have a holster for your handgun. You need to have a rifle or a shotgun, and the same amount of rounds for that. Make sure that your rifle is on a sling so that you can carry it while you're doing your security. You want to make sure that you have a combat knife. That's what I have in mind. Firearm Cleaning Kit. I have one of those kits that it will handle any bore rifle. You just reach in there and grab whatever you need, pull it out. It's a multi-cleaner.
Yeah, I got one.
Maybe a ballistic vest. I have a ballistic vest. Not everybody wants to go Rambo, but I have one. Pair of binoculars.
Yeah.
2 or 3 air rifles are a possibility. Those air rifles they make are pretty good these days, but I just have one of those. I bought my son one when he was like 14 or 15, so we still have it, and that thing will go through a piece of 1/8-inch plywood, no problem.
Okay, folks.
Make sure you have some 2-way radios, some glass bottles, some tripwire, bug out bags for use with sharing for patrols.
Okay.
Go crazy, guys.
All right.
That's what I have for my security.
All right.
I made a list while you were talking. First thing, I ran over and I grabbed.
Oh, yeah. I don't do bows, but I should have thought that would come up.
And believe it or not, a rubber mallet is great for home security, especially if you have 5-gallon buckets. Oh, this isn't a weapon. It's what I use to secure my 5-gallon buckets. I can't help it to hit that intruder in the head. And it doesn't leave as big a mark as a metal hammer does. But for other type of security stuff to think about, and Dave at Southern Ohio Prepping just did 2 videos on the infrared light and the infrared binoculars. Or if you want, you get the infrared scopes for your rifles, and or night vision goggle, binoculars, scopes, etc. Of course, you know, if you get the Gen 5s and stuff, you could be dropping a house payment or 2 on those. A hunter's ear. The little thing you put in there in your ear to pick up all the sounds and stuff, so you can hear, oh, somebody out behind that bushes. What are they saying? Ah. So those are just a couple of quick things I thought of. Al, go for it.
All right. Now, Tibor, this is a lot of prepping lists. Everybody gets confused. You're not carrying 1,000 rounds. That is your home base or your homestead where you're at. That's your pile of ammo you're carrying. Most people on a normal load will carry up to 120 rounds. That's it. If you're doing heavy security, if it's lightweight security, maybe half a dozen rounds, because deers don't have AKs. Remember that, folks, and they don't shoot back.
But kangaroos do, and they did in Crocodile Dundee. Okay, I know.
They came right out of the pocket. Yep.
Yeah, actually, all right. When I was a deputy sheriff, it was during the big changeover. Everyone was going from the revolvers to the semi-automatics, and these guys were carrying, an automatic pistol with, 14 rounds in each magazine. They're carrying like 6 magazines. 14 times 6 is like, okay, hey, yeah. I thought I was going overboard with my quad speed loaders for my revolver, so I had 30 rounds with 24 reloads and 6 in my revolver. But I look at the one thing, if you, for security, you shouldn't be going for security going into combat. You should be, a fallback type thing. But like I say, 30 rounds of 357 hollow points, and hitting if you be able to hit 2 shots to get a target, if you can get trained enough, I can do 1-1 because that's all mine was. But it's still 15 people you can take down. If you're up against more than 15 people, you're in a world of hurt.
Oh yeah. Like I said, folks, depending on your security situations, I recommend to most people, double check your ammo amount. Make sure you have spare parts for your equipment, because your gun don't go pew pew if something breaks in it and you don't have the replacement part in the weapon. Primitive weapons is a separate primitive or hand weapons are a separate list because it needs training for those. You just can't give a kid a nunchuck and say, "Here, be like Bruce Lee," and you see the kid on the ground. Yeah.
Most preppers, if you look at their list, most of them have things like that. They have the plates that go on underneath their clothes. They have all that stuff, even if they're a prepper, but they don't advertise it.
Right, or they don't think. Because remember, that's where you get the headshots. And most militaries are military. We do headshots because everybody else are wearing ballistic armor. Mm-hmm. Because we ain't stupid. Why waste the ammo if you're shooting somebody in the chest?
You just made me think of something, Al. What? Most people, for a non-lethal stuff, they forget about stun guns, pepper spray, bear spray. Of course, that can get you in trouble in certain states.
Oh, yeah.
Lights. Some lights are really nice and bright. And others have a strobe on it that, so it's an intensity that it has to strobe to be on full intensity. And that'll disorient somebody, your attacker or whatever. Or
if you got 1,000 rounds keyboard, you probably have them stashed around the homestead. You don't carry them with you.
Yeah.
As if you're out on doing your little security patrols and whatnot, and you run into problems, you want to make sure you have access to more ammo if you need it.
Yeah, this is really
that's how I think about it anyway.
And also, he's right. You have to be careful in case of fire theft and stuff. Make sure it's in a secure, safe, or location and locked up so they can't touch it or confiscate it.
Yeah.
It's not in your house. That's a good place, Have it someplace where it's secure, but not locked in the homestead itself. Yep.
Yeah. I got stuff stashed all over the friggin' place. In fact, I even got stuff here in this room.
Hey,
on the top shelf, that shelf right there, that's 7 boxes of 4570. Do I have a 4570? No, but my son does. So when he comes up here, that's his stash up here. That's sitting right there. We
Okay, we got 6 minutes left on top of the hour. So, do we have something more on to cover, Will?
Not on security. We could go into hygiene.
Okay, go
Is the
for it.
next group. All right, I'm just going to run through what I have. I'm not going to give you too much into it. Everybody knows what it is. Toilet paper, baby wipes, hand sanitizer, hand soap, shampoo, washcloths, bath towels, camp showers, toothbrushes, toothpaste, dental floss, deodorant, moisturizing lotion, lip balm, sunscreen, insect repellent. Did I miss anything?
You covered sanitary pads,
Tampons.
tampons,
Nope.
the vaginal washes. Oh, Imodium AD.
Right, that's first aid.
But still,
That
you know,
should be
so
under
you're not
first aid.
yeah, but so you're not going through all your toilet paper because you're eating something you're not used to.
Yeah. That would probably be, let me look, is that in my medical?
It should be.
Yeah, I mean that's something that you might have across multiple. Have a big
Yeah, it
supply
is.
in
I
your
got
medical.
Imodium. Imodium is in my first aid kit, medical supplies.
Yeah, because I
Right,
keep
because
it
it'll
multiple
crossover.
places. It's a crossover
Okay.
one.
Right. Did you cover soap in your list?
I think so.
Um,
And soap.
all right.
And soap I did.
Yeah. All right. What about for sanitation,
I
laundry?
didn't do anything for body soap. I
No,
probably
I
just
mean-
used both.
Okay, how about laundry soap like Gil says to wash your clothes with?
I don't believe we covered that one.
It's not on the list?
It is
Yeah.
not on my list.
Yeah,
'cause
laundry
you
soap,
want,
folks.
And what's in the laundry stuff for laundry? That's a crossover item. Bleach.
Right. Or another one is borax.
The borax, Boraxo. Covers both laundry and hand. Washing your hands. Great stuff. Great soap. I love that stuff.
Yeah, because it crossover.
Yeah.
So like I said, folks, check your list, go over it once, go over it 600 times like Uncle Al,
That's what I
and
do all
make
the
sure,
time.
make sure you have a spreadsheet because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Some people don't do spreadsheets.
True.
It's just too difficult for them, or they don't know how to do it.
It's
Yeah.
mostly don't know how to do it. It's real easy. It takes if you want to learn it, you could go online or you could take a class for a week.
Oh, I
and
know
go-
how. I used to do it when I was working, but I'm not saying I like it.
That's weird. YouTube's acting up.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just-
always
I'm just-
acting up.
I can't. I can go to my analytics page. I can go to my content page, but I can't go to my home page.
Blame the Chinese for that.
It's blank. I mean, there's no home page. I click it to bring up my home page, and it's blank. But it has my information up there from my vidIQ. But the information is blank. So hey, YouTube's playing games with us, guys.
Always.
That's right. Imodium can be a double-edged sword, Timor.
Yeah. Yep. Something I've noticed the last 2 days, I've gotten 0 notifications from YouTube other than this one here. It says, YouTube, this site has been updated in the background. Whatever that means.
Mine was saying some weird shit last night when I was in there too.
Yeah, mine says I'm dead.
Yeah.
Is the creator still alive? I punch in, yes, I am very alive. In the last 3 days, we have not received videos from you. I was helping 48 people to relocate. Type that in. And then after that, they shut up.
Yeah.
So far, I got six new things I'm adding to my list of you guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
going to
gonna
shoot
get,
through the medical supplies real fast here. Maybe
okay.
we'll get out of here fairly soon.
No, we're over 1 hour mark.
Yeah, we'll got medical supplies, pain relievers, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, naproxen, aspirin, stomach medicines, Pepto-Bismol, Imodium, antacids. Let's see, cough and cold medicine,
There it is.
cough drops, vitamin C,
Finally got it back.
prescription medication, adhesive bandages, gauze pads, elastic wraps, pressure bandages, tampons. Oh, I did have them. Surgical tape,
Yeah, but you had them over there
rubbing
for bullet wounds.
alcohol, hydrogen
Peroxide.
peroxide, tweezers, magnifying glass, first aid manual, natural remedies, textbook, eye bandages, CPR, cotton balls, surgical kit, scissors, nitrile gloves, surgical masks, thermometer, stethoscope. I haven't got that yet, but I have it on the want list. Blood pressure cup and a dental injury kit and clove oil and I just picked up this book here. So that's what I have.
Okay, I could point out a lot of things you missed
Yeah.
on medical. Do you have
I
a
got
bulb?
my pen.
Okay. Do you have a bulb syringe?
What?
A bulb syringe. A lot of people
Like
who are preppers
Like
do
those
not
ones they
use-
suck the for babies.
What do you want one of those
not out the
for?
nose.
Okay, bulb syringe either suck out the stuff out of your nose or it can suck out blood out of the wound, so you could do clean
That's
out.
like an
and stuff.
eyedropper then.
No.
It's about that
Okay.
big around and about that long, and it's tapered like a teardrop. And you squeeze it, put it in there, and it sucks the stuff out.
So if you're doing a wound cavity, it'll suck out all the debris and blood so you can get at the item. Bulb syringe, folks. Number one, every prepper and survivalist list that I go through, they don't have bulb syringes in their first aid kit. Second,
Bulb
you have to
syringe.
separate your medical and your hardware stuff. That's bandages, tools, and stuff.
And Will, I just put it up there if you want to share it up there so everybody can see what we're talking about. So, yeah. So
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was for babies.
No,
They're for babies and much more.
right. Because they used that before they had the electronic pump suction. They have to use that to clear out all the goo out of the human body, either through nasal, sinuses, or bullet. Mainly for bullet since World War II, because you don't have a battery sump pump to pull out all the blood and goo and pus out of you if you're doing surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, that's more information I need to know.
Saline solution for your eyes. You get something in your eyes, you need to wash it out. And they got the saline solution, like this is from Walgreens. You know, so I mean, it's like, you know, granted, it's a couple bucks, and it goes for like 4 or 5 years before you got to replace it.
Right.
And that's also to remember with this too. It has a shelf life. You got to replace it.
Hydrogen peroxide. Oh yeah, it does
Yeah.
have a shelf life.
Back
Especially
to
when it's cracked open.
right. Back to the saline solution. Gil, what you missing from the saline solution?
The cups.
Yeah.
I got the cups in individually wrapped, disposable plastic
You gotta
cups.
have eye cups for that, right?
Right.
You don't have to. You can go like this and just pour it and let it flush the eye this way. You don't squeeze it hard. You pour it gently. Or you can put it in the cups and then do the batting your eye type thing. But if you get like I know the welders and stuff would go through this a lot because they're welding stuff and they forget to drop down the face shield for chipping. They look at and they check, damn it, and then they grab it and they flush out the chip out.
Okay, Tibor, do not use the clearing syringe from your mini Sawyer. No, we're talking medical. You want everything to be sterile, and you don't want to cross-use stuff. That's called cross-contamination. No matter how well you clean it, if you use that for your Sawyer filter, guess what's
Anthony?
Hi, Anthony. And Pomelo Prepared has just walked in. You do not want to cross-contaminate your water systems with your first aid systems. That's a big no-no.
You want to drink it, Anthony?
Which one
you can drink?
The saline
solution.
The saline solution or the expired, no longer good hydrogen peroxide. Actually, when hydrogen peroxide goes bad after you cracked it open, it'll go bad within a couple of months. Basically, what it's turning into is water, because instead of being full of liquid, all of a sudden it's now this much liquid, and the other part is hydrogen gas
or oxygen.
Oxygen, H2O. Yeah, so it's oxygen that's coming off.
Yeah, just smoke around it and find out. No eyebrows.
And he says it's got electrolytes in it.
He's talking about the saline solution. Yes.
Right.
Must be what he's talking about.
Right. Be careful on saline solutions. There are other additives to it, like glycerol. So make sure it's saline solution pure.
Yeah. I'm looking to see what it talks in, what says in ingredients on, if it lists anything other than
salt.
Tamper evidence.
Tibor says you just work with what you have.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, and using an alcohol wash may not get all the bugs. So do not cross-contaminate. That's the important point. Because a lot of people, we don't have this item. Let's use a turkey baster. And I'm looking at them. No.
Yeah, not unless it's a brand new one and you can sanitize it and you wrap it up and you keep it sterile.
Right. Because I'd be really nervous.
What if you don't have that bulb syringe? How are you going to get the blood out of the guy?
You turn the patient over and you shake him out.
Yeah, 5 guys standing around. No. But no.
He's not going to feel a thing. Just shake him a little bit.
Yeah, because the good gunshot kits have a bulb syringe in them.
Also, you want to do this before you put in the blood clotting agents. Number 1 rule, because you don't want anything left over in there with the blood clotting agents.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a stick in there.
Blood clotting agent, you shake him and all his guts come flying out.
Yeah, you don't want to do
Anthony's comment.
Twist them in the ringing motion. No, that's laundry. It doesn't work on people. Also, what you're missing is a staple gun or stitching kit. Now, me, like an old farmhand, I know how to stitch on my animals, and I know how to use a prescribed staple gun, and you have to make sure you use the tool for that too.
Twist the head and the feet in their opposite direction.
No.
Now, for first aid kits and stuff, there's you can get them hundreds of lists of what to have in a first aid kit online. But when it comes to the medications that are in the first aid kits, those you're going to have to customize for you. Some people have in there their EpiPens. If they're allergic, if someone in there has an allergy, peanut allergy, whatever. asthma and stuff, asthma medication, heart medication, all the personal stuff is beyond the generic list. So if you go buy a really good kit from say like from Doc Bones and Nurse Amy at Doom and Bloom, you're gonna leave space in there for you to put your personal medications you need to have in there.
Also on the equipment, you forgot tourniquet. Was tourniquet on your list or not?
Oh, I did. I even have a tourniquet in my trauma bag.
Right, but it's on the list or not?
It's not on the list.
Okay, put it on top. You want a tourniquet or you want triangle bandages? I always tell people you get both, and the triangle bandages are cheaper than the tourniquet, and Miguel knows how to do a tourniquet with a triangle bandage. Do not put it around.
The military now is going to the is going to the Cat 7 tourniquet, which is a wide one, and it has the device on it to ratchet it up and stuff to do it. Don't get a cheap one from China, because who was on it had one and they were testing it, and the hand crank thing broke immediately, and it wasn't even tight yet. The best ones come from our good friends across the Atlantic Ocean, Israel.
Yep.
And we also wanted the Israeli compression bandage as well.
Don't get cheap. Remember, you want quality to save your life. You don't want like, gee, that Chinese stuff killed Uncle Floyd. We're twisting the compression bandage and all of a sudden his head popped off.
Yeah. Okay. Anthony's gone Star Wars on us.
Yeah, he's going Star Wars.
Lord, it's going to be March. Wait a month, and you can do all the Star Wars jokes. May the 4th be with you, March 4th. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Well, Anthony's a Padawan.
Yeah.
He's not a Jedi yet. He's working on it. He's still got to.
He could be an Ewok.
He's got to finish his training.
Yep.
He could be an Ewok.
Also, what you're missing from your first aid kit is a bone saw. You don't want Uncle Alan with a chainsaw to take off a leg or a limb or something. Or let's see, where's that bolt cutter? And we can
you could have a bone saw. You could have a bone saw just off in your tool box.
Again, cross contamination, and you need the proper blades.
Yeah.
Well, you would be able to clean it up. So what Tibor says, you got to work with what you got.
Yeah.
That's why there are a lot of people.
The Civil War. That's what we worked with what they had, and they lost more people from the infections than they did from the bullet wounds.
Right, because they use cross contamination. They lop off a leg, you see the pile of legs, and the next area they have a pile of bodies. Because what do you mean that carpenter saw didn't work too well?
Yeah,
because you have to steam it.
He got gangrene.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's a lot of doctors said when Garfield got shot. It wasn't me, it was him.
Yeah.
People forgot about Garfield, and in a month he's languishing in bed, and everybody says, sanitation, I don't know. Let me scratch my beer and spit out some tobacco chew. He died from infection.
Let's move into tools. Let's move into tools, Uncle Al. You're starting to gross me out. Excuse me. Okay, tell me what I'm missing, okay, Uncle Al? Sure. After I finish, Uncle Al, you're up. Hammers, handsaws, wrenches, all kinds of box and open end. Pliers, screwdrivers, all different various sizes and shapes. Duct tape, paracord, come along, pry bar, axe, splitting wedge, loppers, shovel, hoe, garden cart, or a wheelbarrow, either one. Hand trowels, string, tape measure, plastic sheeting or tarps. I would say both because I have both. Grommets to repair your tarps and stuff. Bungee cords, pocket knives, or a multi-tool. Work gloves, safety glasses, chainsaw with extra chains, fuel for chainsaw, chain sharpening kit, files and sharpening stones for the blade, zip ties, wire cutters, bolt cutters, or an WD-40.
Okay, you're missing two things: files and sharpening stones.
Yeah.
How are you going to sharpen all your tools? And
Yeah.
also for tool maintenance,
I
too.
thought I already had that. Files.
I didn't hear files.
Nope, I didn't hear.
Files and sharpening stones for blades. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one off the bottom.
Okay.
All right. And when you talk
Files and sharpening
chainsaws,
stones.
did you hearing protection for chainsaws? You want to have hearing protection?
I didn't hear that one either. Some of those things
chaps.
you just take for granted.
Chaps. Chainsaw chaps.
Chaps? Who the hell? Chaps?
Chainsaw
What
chaps.
are you? Hillbilly?
I'm the one that doesn't lose his leg.
Yeah, and I'm one on horseback doesn't lose his leg to brush
all
and
right.
branches.
Chat in the chat. Let's see. Anthony and Tibor are going at it there. Don't forget a brace, nails, screws, nuts, bolts, a hand meter saw square.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have all that stuff.
Yeah, Kaylin, chainsaw chaps.
A hand miter.
An equestrian or farrier chaps, or even welder's chaps, or I guess not village people chaps.
Right.
Kaylin's right on that chap stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And don't forget,
I
folks,
guess chaps are on, man.
don't forget
I would never
clamps.
wear. I don't think I would ever wear them, but I'll put them on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, clamps and vices.
Yeah. I'm just looking around at some of my tools down here, quick. One of the tools my brother always carried on his belt, which freaked most people out. It was just about the size of this. Okay, but what it was a eye level.
An eye level. Oh, I
Yeah.
used to wear those all the time when I ran equipment. I
Yeah.
had one on my belt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
that was even not at work. We were, we're gonna put some the new curtain rods up. Okay, let's mark the level here. Okay, it's level.
okay, the other thing you missed is ropes. Paracord does not hack it when you have to lift up a 150-pound pig to get it butchered.
Yeah,
Because Wes did it on a utility knife. Yeah.
utility, not just a utility knife.
Palmetto says old school plumb bob.
Invisible blades.
Yeah. These are blades.
You
Yeah.
got invisible blades. Yeah.
No, I got the blades are visible. The carrier's not. See, the blades are visible. The carrier.
Right. But like I said, rope,
string line, chalk line as well. Plumb bob and chalk line.
Right, and don't forget
plumb bob would work.
Rope and tackle. How many people ever use rope and tackle?
Block and tackle.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Another thing, if you're on a farm and you have engines and equipment and hogs and stuff, you need a tripod. Because
Tripod.
how are you going to lift up a pig, or how are you going to pick up your car engine to maintain
Throw it over the branch of a tree.
Yeah, and see the tree fall down on you.
I'm waiting, boy. Bring it on.
Okay.
Tripod. You'd have to make a tripod.
Yeah, but most people they have marketed ones that has ratings up to 2,000 par. It's a lot easier and a lot cheaper. Yep, slip joints.
Channel lock.
Slip joint fryer.
Yeah.
Channel locks.
One of my
Fencing
favorite
tool.
tools. Can anybody
I
name
think it
what type of tool this is?
I
pliers.
pass. I know what it is. I have two in my back pocket sometimes.
That's a nail puller.
Yes,
This
again.
is a fence plier.
Yep.
Yep, nail puller.
And so you
One
got
end,
on here for cutting your barbed
the
wire.
top of it pulls the nail out. The other part is like a hammer to drive them back in or straighten them out.
In here, where it pinches and cuts here, this is for cutting the barbed wire or the
barbed wire. Yep.
The point here is the staple for barbed wire. So you just hook the staple and then pull it out. Yeah, you drive
I've
the
used
staples
those
into
many a
that one,
time.
and it has a grip in here, so you can put it on the post, grip it, and twist it around to tighten up your
on the other side of the fence pliers is a round wire cutter. Do not get the two mixed up. One's for barbed wire, one's for round wire.
Yeah, and you got different size openings here for grabbing hold of different things and pulling and doing it. Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
I got like 3 of these here.
Postal
I'm
digger.
always using them.
There you go, Anthony. Postal digger. It's a good one.
Yes.
Oh Lord. There's on tools.
That's a
There's a
good one.
lot. There's a lot of things that are missing, like blacksmith anvils, horse
Man
farrier
toys.
tools.
Any man toy.
No, if you're going to do animals, you need certain things. So we're always missing those, like farrier stuff. But I don't think you want to use that on a horse.
Uh-oh.
Horse gets really nervous. You need farrier tools, specialized agricultural equipment tools, because some of them do not multi-purpose.
Yeah. And then of course,
Okay, the next list, I'm going to let Uncle Al cover it. Lighting and power.
One last tool here for you. Stud finder. Oh, I'm a stud.
You're a stud.
Okay, on lighting stuff, you go with the basic stuff, like go back to the 1800s. On this one, I'm going to come back to it, but I just told 3 preppers what they're missing from the kits. If you're doing fuel, if you're doing electricity, make sure you have all your lists and checklists down on. If you have battery power, make sure you have extra batteries, bulbs, and stuff like that. Lighting and other system, know your rating of your appliances, because basically all lighting and also electrical stuff goes to a chart, and all the prepper books that I know forget to put the chart in. So know your ratings on your refrigerator, your freezer, and stuff. And then on generators, Gil did live stream on that on the generators. Remember, Gil, about 2 months ago?
I did the live stream, and then I also did the product review of my new generator.
Right. So are we missing any stuff on the lighting?
On your flashlights and stuff, like the little ones, like the cheapy ones, you can actually get these for free with the coupon at Harbor Freight. Make sure you have replaceable batteries. If you get use the rechargeable batteries in the long run, it saves you a lot of money, especially if you got grandkids who are always turning them on and leaving them all over the place.
Yeah.
The rechargeable batteries, you can also get the solar charger for it. And I froze again. Now, something else which a lot of people don't think about for emergency situations, these little LED tea lights, takes one of these little batteries here. These make great night lights when the power's out and there's absolutely no light coming in at all. turn on a couple of these out and just put them around the hallway, bathrooms, wherever, just enough light to get you around without stubbing your toe. Keep you from needing your first aid kit. Flashlights, any type flashlights, different types. If you happen to have carry hooks on them, so you can work hand-free. So this one here, I can just hook it on my belt here, and it'll light up in front of me. I get up here, back up here. See, it'll just light up in front of me. It's free. This one here I like because this one.
Oh, they give those away at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, hands free, and you work. I found out these are better than the headlamps because with the headlamp, you turn and you look at somebody, you're blinding them.
Yep.
This you just hang on it, and it shoots. It either lights straight down or out in front of you in a flood, and this works great. So you can work on something and not be, turning to blind your helper.
Right.
You should have some extension cords. Make sure you got extension cords.
And on your power strips, make sure they have, you read the jewels on for the surge protection. The higher the jewels, the better protection.
Right.
And make sure they have the reset breaker in them, so you can just reset it.
Right, because Gil did a live stream on that. Because if you get a cheapo circuit breaker or a cheapo extension cord, guess what happens? Your house catches on fire and burns.
Oh, fire! I got a fire going. I'm warm now.
You should try to have some of those light sticks too.
Right. Anthony says
you just break and let them. They shine for a couple hours.
Kaylin pointed out something too. Magnets on your lights. Well, there's your magnet.
Yep.
This one here. There's the magnet for that one.
Right. Also, she mentioned solar lights. You have to be careful because a lot of them are made in China. So if you don't take real good care of it, they tend to break apart when you really need them. Also, if you want to increase their magnification of light, put it next to a clear jug. Put the device near a clear jug. Fill the jug with water, and it'll give a soft glow throughout the room.
Anthony's a troublemaker in the comments. Let's talk about the jewels for the electrical jewels. He goes, I like rubies and emeralds.
Okay. And back to the fuel.
I like diamonds.
Right. Gil did a video on this one, but a lot of people, when they do these types like this one, T-Board's right, you want to get Denzel. They have an oil lamp of some type, but what did they forget? They forget the glass chimney, the glass bulb of this one, spares, and wicks.
Wicks,
yep.
Yeah, because these bulbs will break, and wicks will burn out. Yep.
The for the wicks you will use the wicks up. It was really neat. I found on Amazon you can buy a selection of wicks from a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, or 1 inch wide, and they come in 6-foot rolls. Those are the cheap. The most inexpensive is 6-foot rolls. You can actually buy them in 10, 25, 50, and 100-foot rolls.
Yep.
That's if you have a lot of lanterns.
That's a lot of lanterns.
Right. And don't cheap on money and try to split them. It's a weave. You want the weave. Do not break up the weave.
Do not cut the side of it. No.
It's like it'll destroy it and you're going to have a bomb on your hand. See, again, Gil's thing on the fueling. Remember you did a video on the fuels for the lamps?
Yep.
Because certain grade
fuels.
Emergency fuels. So you have to be careful because a lot of people, why can't I put gasoline in one of these things, Mr. Sato? And I'm looking like, God help me. Right. You want to slow.
That becomes a Molotov cocktail in your hand.
Right. I'm looking at people like, this is why I quit talking to people and sleep on the couch. So Gil froze again.
I'm back.
So when you're doing lighting stuff, be very careful. There's 3 different lists, depending what power source you have. May it be fuel, may it be battery, may it be solar, maybe propane. Propane, I keep telling people, if you have a propane generator and your tank's not insulated, what happens to the propane when it's too below?
Hey, look who just popped in here. Hey, D-Mac. How you
Hey,
doing?
D-Mac.
It kind
Good
of
seeing you.
liquidy.
It turns into a slurry and
Yeah.
it does off gas. And when that happens, you have a dead generator because it will not accept off gas from a slurry mix propane tank. It just goes put, and that's it.
And basically, you wind up freezing your carburetor, and you get that ultra cold propane liquid going into the engine itself. And when that stuff hits the cylinder head and the pistons, they just it ruins it.
That's why I tell people either diesel or gas. I prefer diesel because I'm a farm boy.
Yeah.
The thing
Pretty
is,
easy to figure out.
Fill up before propane will.
Pretty
Go ahead,
easy
Will.
to figure out your lighting and your power if you're just sit down and think about it. Lamps
Right.
are probably going to be the easiest because even if you don't have that one you held up, Uncle Al, even if you don't have that, you can make one simple enough, and
Right.
still use the wick and everything. You just use a jar.
Yep. A lot of people did that.
And I actually had a video on how to make oil lamps from mason jars. And
Yeah, I think Anthony was saying something in the chat, something about back in the 1800s, the easiest class to take was how to make candles.
Yeah.
True. But like I said, folks, on candles, you have to be really careful on it because we get a lot of house fire because people don't know how to burn candles. You always put a shallow bowl. You have your candle. You have a shallow bowl with water, and you put your candle in it. So if the candle tops over, the water will put out the candle. Or you have this is going to hurt.
The other thing to do is, in modern times, we've gone to these little skinny, narrow taper candles instead of the big fat ones. You can still find the big fat ones around at Walmart and stuff. The big fat candles that you can't knock over at all, they will not fall over on their side. Those are the type of candles you actually want to use because they'll sit there and burn and burn and burn.
Right.
Burn.
Or it's in a glass jar.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure if old man's still in here or not, but he sent me a whole lot of beeswax.
Mhm.
And I'm waiting for the weather to get a little warmer because what I want to do is I want to take it, put it in a pan, burn it all down, and make some candles out of it. And I want to do it so I can film it for you guys, But he sent it to me, and it's the best. That stuff, when it melts down, it is so smooth and silky. It'd be a piece of cake to make a candle out of. And if I can get enough candles out of it, I'll have a giveaway or something and give a few of them away.
Cool. Also, you want to have
that's a nice one.
Some type of protective device from the wind, small children running around, because this one, if it topples over, it's not going to catch on fire. It just putters out. But if it's an open flame, that's why we have a lot of house fires in our area, because people will put a candle and they'll not understand the dynamics of it. And they'll walk away. Next thing you know, the house is on fire. The kids are on fire. The dog is on fire.
Yeah.
Hi, Trent.
Hi, Trent. Trying to find the other thing here on it real quick. I'm not sure which video I did it in. I think I know which one it is. I'm just checking here. I'm on YouTube. YouTube.
Yeah, those people who argue for candles are safer than kerosene, you haven't seen a house fire and see homeless people going, I used to live in that house and we had a flat base candle and the house burned down. Did you pay attention? No. We left it with a bunch of kids. Next thing, the curtain's on fire, the dog's on fire, the couch is on fire, TV set's on fire. Kids are running around going, hi, Iron Horse Fire.
All right, so here's my video I'm making. Froze again. There we go. My video I'm making mason jar oil lamps. and it's just a mason jar with a I forget the
Pipe
type.
stem.
It's a special. It's used in wood construction. It's a nut that has the things on it, and,
Right.
and so you run, and that just has a 1/4 inch piece of rope through it. And look at that flame. All right, and I go through how to put it all together here, and cutting the whole commercial. Oh well, it's going to commercial, but yeah, that's video 146 on that one. But then I have another one where I made candles and stuff, and also took a can of Crisco, took a tiki torch wick, stuck it in the can of Crisco, lit it up, and I had a nice Crisco candle going.
Right. And the nice thing about Crisco, it has a higher melt point, so if it does tip over, it'll go out.
Yeah.
It burns smooth too.
Right.
I don't know what they put in it, but it burns really smooth.
Smells like French fries when it burns.
Right. Well, I tell people, you know what Crisco used to be in World War One? We Americans sold it to the German. It used to be engine lubricant, and for doctors, it used to be, well, I can't say the word, but when you're kind of clogged up and you need something to smooth out the passage, everybody else froze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we all know what that is.
KY?
Before KY was Crisco in
Yeah,
the syringe.
Yeah. It's the oil lamp fuel. Where's the candles?
Bummer, Dan. Hope everything's working out for you, buddy.
Oh man, not good.
Yeah, Palmetto says unless you got oil to keep it going, it's going to be kind of hard unless you live on the coast where you can take out a whale once in a while.
Or if you happen to have some olive trees around. My house in California,
We ought to be able to use
had olive trees, and we make the oil. You can make the oil from the olive. Iron Fire Horse, hey.
Let's move along to the next one. We're going to let Gil take off on this one. I'll show you here in a second. Hold on. Gonna share it, and we'll take off with this one. He'll be able to take off on this, I'm sure. Uh-oh.
Are you sure I will? Am I that smart?
Oh, yeah. You're smarter than a fourth grader.
Well, we're waiting on this.
Yeah, we're talking about barter items.
Bartering items. Okay.
I told you.
Bartering items, start off right off the bat, guys. Bartering items, depending on the situation, can be a real two-edged sword. They can put a target on you quicker than you can say, oops. You want to beforehand develop your group of who you're going to be bartering with, which neighbors, do stuff barter now before it's an essential way of getting stuff. That way you know who to trust. Bartering items, depending where you're if you're in the southern states, Southern California, southern part of Texas, very southern part of Texas, Florida, cocoa beans, coffee, they'll grow. Cocoa beans, chocolate. You can have so many women doing whatever you want. If I got chocolate bars, coffee. There are going to be so many people that are just going to be killing for coffee. But,
22 shells.
Yeah, ammo.
See these right here, where my cursor is?
Yeah,
I put a bunch of 22 shells inside those bottles, and I have them down inside a container. I figured those will be some bartering for me at some point in time.
Yeah, the problem with a bartering ammo, you just may be giving ammo to the
you
bad
got to
guy.
know who you're doing it with.
Yes, that's all.
Froze again.
Definite two-edged sword.
Yeah, because you don't want to sell ammo to your enemies to shoot back at you.
Yeah, you don't want to sell
That's
ammo
right.
trading with your enemies. Trading stuff. Oh, socks. You'd be surprised after an SHTF Milwaukee event where everything's gone. Toilet paper is a big one there. Socks, though. You can go to Costco and get good wool socks cheap. I was getting some, and I just gathered all my stash. And I have like 12 packs, 4 packs of wool socks. So I got 48 brand new wool socks just sitting in the closet. Other things that you barter. All right, so you talk about alcohol. Alcohol's another two-edged sword thing. Especially if it's in the original container. Now, some people have planned, and it's not a bad idea. They're getting the Everclear and your high alcohol content alcohol, and they're going to cut it and sell it, drop it back down to like 60% or 40% like vodkas. And here's my moonshine I made. It's only 40% alcohol, like per volume, like vodka, and they can trade it. Different plant, Anthony. Different plant.
Yeah. Also, folks, when you're dealing with bartering, it's either like an Indian trader in the old whatchamacallit Mountain Man days, or it's a modern version of the guy at the street corner that you have a gun, he has a gun, we have a product, and we're discussing about price.
Yeah. And one of the things you never ever do when you're bartering is bring out everything.
Right.
Stuff in small quantities. You trade small quantities. You have a 25-pound bag of salt like I have over here. No, I have those little Ziploc bags, the little snack size one, half full. I will trade you this much salt for that. And
on the street, we call that dime bags. Here's your dime bag for salt.
Well, that's even smaller.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You deal your stuff small. Things that will be good for if you can do it. Several of the homesteading guys are more of them are getting into raising bees for honey, trading honey.
Sugar would be good.
Yeah, well, honey is easier to produce than sugar is, and it's more natural and it's healthier, and it's just easier to deal with. Now, last night we were talking on which one was it? Courtney's White Family Farm, Elderberries. Talking about, and more people are getting into elderberries, and so are the pharmaceutical companies, because they're selling this new cough syrup, high dollar. Well, it's elderberry juice. That's basically all it is. But elderberries is something to trade for. Municipal plants, something you herbs and spices. Those are things you can trade for because people will get tired of plain meat. Oh, I got pepper here. That was the first big trend. I mean, that's what started the spice road was pepper.
The second one, Gil, was nutmeg. And I have to tell people about dilution or altering substance other than honey. Like, we'll cheapen our honey by putting corn syrup in it. They won't notice. Or the nutmeg trade of the early 19th century, where the salesman says, "Yeah, here's a nutmeg. I just carved it this morning," because it wasn't nutmeg; it was a wooden nutmeg. So you're doing whatever, and like, this nutmeg kind of smells funny, but it was like dyed wooden nuts of nutmeg. So you have to be careful of dilution and alterations of your food stuff in bartering. You might not get honey, or you might not get this flour tastes kind of funny. I'm spitting out rocks.
Yeah.
You have to know the purity of the content.
I don't know how my son will feel about it, or condoms would be a good one. I could take his condoms and barter them off.
Condoms have a shelf life, though. They start breaking down. So
That wouldn't be my problem.
yeah, yeah.
Do the original condom, get some sheep.
It won't be your problem until her dad, the big old, 300-pound bear comes over. You sold her boyfriend these rotten condoms, and now she's pregnant, and he's coming after you. This becomes your problem.
Yeah. Or you get a bunch of sheep guts, Will, and make your own condom.
He had a blowout. Now look what I've got.
Yeah, I'm looking around here. Barter items, salt, beans, wheat, rice. You don't barter in large quantities. Any food items, small quantities. Any weapons materials, small quantity. Here's something to barter: nails and screws. How many people all of a sudden, I need to build a lean-to. I need rope. I need nails. I need screws. Something.
I'll tell you the best barter tool there is, and that is your personal skill. You could barter yourself out for anything that you're good at.
Yeah, but that comes under another list, and usually women does it all the time next to beer making.
Called prostitutes.
Oh, it's also called being a gigolo too.
The proper term for it was indentured servants from the 19th century. And if Tibor watches Courtney's live stream on elderberries, yes, elderberries can be poisonous if you pick it the wrong time of year or get the wrong species. A lot of elderberry poisonings are caused by misidentification. There's a lot of lookalikes out there.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't really elderberries. Now the problem some people have it, they go here, elderberry has cyanide in it. Well, that's the European variety of elderberry, not the American variety. And they were talking about that that was a Trip I can't remember the channel, Trip H Homestead. Was doing the I was talking about the you got to look at the whole plant, not just the berry. You look at a berry, well, this could be an elderberry, this might be another berry. But you look at the leaves of the plant it came from and the stalk of the plant, then you go, oh wait, that's not elderberry. This over here is elderberry. Apples, that seeds have cyanide as well.
That's why so does pits.
Seeds, yeah. So what else? Trading skills.
Know how to barter properly.
Yeah. If you have good negotiation skills,
probably any type of toiletry would be good.
Yeah,
true.
But if you have developed good negotiation skills and are a good people person, talker and stuff, you can also barter your service as a negotiator between people trading and stuff.
If you want to get really good
ham radio, maybe.
Yeah, that's hard to say. But if you want really good negotiating skills, do an odd job by selling trucks and cars. You'll learn fast.
Yeah. You also learn how to lie with a straight face.
True. That's why I play poker.
That yellow under there is from is a special rust primer.
I got 2 jacks and a queen.
It's not a taxi cab.
Hi, Howie.
Safety pins or clothespins.
True.
Those would be good items.
Yeah.
Uncle Al got froze up.
Did I froze up?
Just for a second.
Okay.
Any type of building materials, electrical stuff. Do it. If you have a source of saltpeter, sulfur, you could barter minerals, those things away for people to make their own black powder.
Right.
And you want to be making black powder yourself.
Right.
Boo-boo, you're gone.
Yeah, but be very careful when you do black powder because a lot of people don't understand the physics of black powder. It's a very unstable, explosive compound. So here's you grinding away, and next thing we hear a big boom in the garage, and there's like little stumps of your feet.
It's like, oh, my hand was here. Yeah. So there's a lot of things you can look at that people are going to need. Oh,
Froze again.
there, I'm unfrozen. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned in there when we were talking about some of the stuff. Tobacco. I don't use it in any shape, form, or another, but there are you can get some of the stuff, and you can in the foil bags or the cans.
It will be a good one, yep.
And freeze it.
I don't use it either. I don't even think about it.
And there'll be people that will just be, I need a smoke. And so, yeah.
Daggin Hills, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey,
I
Dragon
just saw you out there.
So, yeah, there are a lot of things you look at, what people need, what people are addicted to. There's the painkillers. Different types of painkillers and stuff. There are natural herbs and stuff that you can use for painkillers and everything else.
Yeah, there's gonna be lots of natural ones out there.
Yeah, dandelion root is a little bit of a painkiller, but there's a lot of things you can look at that people are going to need that they are addicted to that you can get and barter. Now, something that they're not addicted to that Doc Bones and Nurse Amy keeps talking about is fish moths. It is amoxicillin that is, you want to get the stuff that's made at the same plant that makes the human stuff, and all they do is, it's the exact same stuff. They just divert the line off.
They just change the boxes.
Change the box and label on it. It's the exact same stuff as humans. The military's done tests on it. Homeland Security's done it. The FDA's done tests on the stuff. The dried powder amoxicillin, the good stuff, 10 years after its expiration date is just as good and as potent as it was when it was made. And
I did a whole series on that a couple of years ago.
And let me grab it here.
I did a whole series on it. I looked it up. I looked everything up. Had all the
expiration dates.
Information on it.
Doc Bones and Nurse Amy's. This isn't the book. The other one is Alton's infectious disease and it's not the pandemic book. It's the other one. I got it on my Kindles. I got the soft copy, and it lists which amoxicillin companies are good, which amoxicillin companies are bad, which fixed mox you want to do. If they talk about the ones that are actually made for humans and that you can get, at the pet store.
Here's the newest book I bought, everybody, just so you guys can see.
Cool.
Okay.
That's the newest book I bought. Trying to get my library built up.
Another alarm going off, so I have to cut it short, guys. I'll catch you later, Will. I'll catch you later, Gil.
Yeah. Caitlin saved in there. Yep. The original source for aspirin. Willow bark. Willow leaves and bark. Yes, Howie. Yes. Okay. There is a lot of things that you can trade. Arrows, sporting good arrows. Hey, it's a target arrow, but hey, you can bring down an animal with it. Cheap reading glasses. Pick them up at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
You get them in the 1.25, 1.5, 1.7, 2, 2.5. Get a variety.
Anytime I trade in my glasses, I used to wear glasses before I got my cataracts fixed. Anytime I got a new pair of glasses, I took the old pair and put them in one of my bug out bags. Just have them in there in case something happened.
My wife went and got the 4 magnification ones, cheaters, and put them in all the first aid kits. Because if you're trying to dig out a splinter and you can't, and it's kind of hard to dig. I got a splinter. I got the magnifier. How can I get at that since my hand is busy now? And that's why she got the glasses so we could do stuff like that. That's the other thing. Magnifying glasses, cheap magnifying glasses will be something people will want. Paper Paper will be in a SHTF Tawaki situation will shortly become hard to find item.
Yeah, notebooks or paper, either one.
Yeah. So let's see. Any ideas firing up on the side here? And I'm just checking on the side
Yep,
chain.
I think we're gonna wrap her up.
Yeah.
I want you to tell everybody about your next day, Gil.
Okay, so tomorrow, let me bring it up here. So tomorrow is what is off grid? That's the topic for the Friday night special. And then Tuesday, Technical Tuesday, is going to be knives, the right one for the right job. And you don't want to be using your K-bar knife to cut bread. You want the right knife for the right job. And so what is off grid? And we're going to be talking about the grid, what is off grid, what is a hybrid system, and the different stages of hybrid systems as well for going from fully on grid to off grid. So that's what I have coming up here in the next couple of days. And then, of course, then
Right.
Will on Monday, your Monday morning, right after Corsair Trainers.
Monday morning, right
Yeah.
after Corsair. Of course, he hasn't been on the last couple of days, but I'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. He must be sick or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monday at 11:30, you guys, and that's always just a chit for chat thing. We talk about whatever starts up, and then we kind of roll with it. So 11:30, and then on Thursdays I do this 1:00 one. I will get out the name of the next one here in the next couple of days, and until then, catch you guys later.
Stay safe, stay happy,
Thanks
everyone.
for coming by. Ta-ta.